Hi, my name is Carrie Cady. I am a first grade teacher in the Harbor Creek School District in Erie, Pennsylvania. I have been teaching first grade for 11 years, and I absolutely love teaching young children how to be great readers. One component of teaching phonics is teaching children at a young age the 6 syllable types. This skill of knowing the syllable types can transform a non-reader into a reading detective. Once a child has mastered the 6 syllable types and the rules that go along with them, they are able to decode and encode challenging words. I am super excited to share this logical skill and begin to help your students become reading and writing detectives. Before we begin, please have a blank piece of paper and a marker available so that you can participate in one of our interactive activities later in the presentation. You may also want to have paper and pencil for note-taking and other activities. Children begin learning their letters and sounds at a very young age. The practice of phonemic awareness should be direct and explicit and can be incorporated into phonics activities when children are ready to learn how to read words. Phonics is the link between phonemes and graphemes, or sounds and words. Once a student understands that a letter represents a sound, then they are able to put the letters together to make complex sounds like blends and digraphs. Understanding that words are made up of syllables is very important. Learning the vowel sounds must happen in order for a child to be a successful decoder and reader. Unfortunately, many young children, and even some older children, still struggle with mastering the short vowel sounds. There is this great debate between phonics and whole language. Many reading and basal programs are influenced by the whole language philosophy. Basal programs are known to provide teachers with a balanced approach to teaching reading. Now, as a teacher myself, I agree that reading instruction needs to incorporate the 5 components of literacy, which are phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. But whole language focuses more on the content and motivation and interests of the students in hopes that they will learn how to decode words while teaching phonics implicitly through reading instruction. In order to become fluent and have excellent comprehension, first and foremost, a reader must explicitly be taught how to decode words by using effective strategies that will encourage analytical thinking and use specific rules to solve words. The theory behind teaching phonics is based on the works of B.F. Skinner and the Behaviorist learning theory. His theory supports teacher-centered, direct instruction that has a strong emphasis of learning the sounds and letters and blending them together to make words. His theory also discusses rewarding appropriate behavior and not rewarding or even punishing poor behavior. So when you teach phonics based on the individual phonemes and graphemes and apply rules that go with the alphabetic code in a systematic approach, you are essentially teaching the proper way of learning the English language, and you can provide immediate feedback or rewards to students who are being successful and automatically fix mistakes that are happening. The whole language approach is based on Lev Vygotsky's constructivist learning theory, where the emphasis is not so much on phonics, but more on meaning and providing a literacy-rich environment. In 1955, Rudolf Flesch wrote the well-known book, Why Johnny Can't Read, and this ultimately started the reading war between phonics and whole language. Both philosophies include phonics. However, the whole language approach teaches phonics more in an implicit way and doesn't value the importance of giving more of an emphasis on teaching children how to decode words to achieve fluency in reading comprehension. Successful phonics instruction should be personalized and differentiated, language-based, explicit, multisensory, systematic, structured, and sequential. In 2000, the National Reading Panel stated that phonics instruction provides the biggest impact on growth in reading when it begins in kindergarten or first grade before children have learned to read independently. Phonics programs based on the philosophies of Orton Gillingham have proven to produce greater performance than traditional basal instruction for at-risk readers. Studies have proven that primary students who receive direct instruction in letter-sound correspondence practiced with decodable text improved word reading at a faster rate than those students who were implicitly taught phonics. Louisa Moats has conducted research to conclude that adolescents who were given explicit remedial phonics instruction over several years gained basic word recognition, word attack, and passage comprehension. So why teach the 6 syllable types? Without a strategy to decode multisyllabic words, children often resort to guessing or skipping a word while reading. This leads to poor fluency and comprehension. When a child is taught the 6 syllable types, they are able to analyze a word and decide the correct vowel sound based on the syllable type. Explicit and systematic phonics instruction involves a multisensory approach to learning how to decode words successfully. The 6 syllable types are one important piece of that decoding puzzle. The syllable types shouldn't be taught in isolation, but should be incorporated in effective daily instruction. The 6 syllable types are closed, open, vowel team, R-controlled, silent E, and consonant LE. These syllable types should be taught in this order. I have attached a handout that I created to help remember the 6 syllable types. It's called Clover. This is a great resource to keep in the classroom or to quickly reference when teaching children about the syllable types. It can be found in your handout that I have given you, or you can click the link for a copy of the visual. The C stands for closed syllable. The L stands for consonant LE syllable. The O stands for open syllable. The V stands for vowel team syllable. And the E stands for silent E syllable. And the R stands for R-controlled vowels. Closed syllables are the most common and the first type of syllables that children are going to encounter when learning how to read. A closed syllable word has one vowel and always ends in a consonant. The vowel sound will always be short. Young children need to master the short vowel sounds and identify that they are only found in closed syllable words. Once they have learned closed syllable words, children can then learn open syllable words. Open syllable words end in one vowel and the vowel sound is always long. I have provided some examples for you to show you closed syllable words and open syllable words. Please stop this presentation and click on the link to watch a video on closed and open syllables. This is also a great resource to use in the classroom to help children understand the differences between these 2 syllable types. Here's another great visual or tool that you can make with your students to help them remember closed and open syllables. First, make sure you have a blank piece of paper and a marker in front of you. Next, fold the paper long ways on both sides to meet in the middle of the paper. Then, write the title, which is closed and open syllable words, on the left side, and write 4 T's on the right side, just like it is in the picture under number 3. Next, open up the doors and write hi, go, me, and a down the far left side of the middle section, just like in number 4. Finally, open the right door to make open syllable words and close the right door to make closed syllable words, hit, got, met, and at. Here is another visual for open and closed syllables. This is one of my favorite visuals I use in my classroom when I teach my children closed and open syllables. It is a great way to show children that there must be a consonant closing in the vowel to keep it short in a closed syllable word, and an open syllable word is wide open, ending in one vowel, keeping the sound long. If you take a look at the pictures, the first picture, the door is open, and you see an open syllable word, mean. When you look at the second picture, the door is closed, and the N is closing in the vowel to keep it short. And now the word is men. All you need for this visual are a couple of Post-its and a door. Using letter tiles to make and manipulate sounds and words is a great and effective tool to use in the classroom. After children have mastered foundational phonemic awareness skills such as segmenting and blending, they can add graphemes or letters to their daily practice while continuing the segmenting and blending techniques learned at an earlier age. This multisensory approach allows students to analyze sounds in a word and determine the correct syllable type. On the next slide is a demonstration of using letter tiles and a multisensory approach to teaching closed syllable words and short vowel sounds. In this video, my almost 4-year-old daughter Lily practices the sounds of letters, determines whether the letters are vowels or consonants, and then segments and blends the letters together to make words. Hi Lily.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
We're going to learn some letters and their sounds, and we're going to put the sounds together to make a new word. How does that sound?
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you this letter. This is a letter. Its name is
M.
And the sound M makes is very good. Is that a vowel or a consonant?
Consonant.
It's a consonant. You're right. Very good. Let me show you another letter. This is a letter. Its name is
P. P. P.
The sound P makes is very good. Is that a vowel or a consonant?
A vowel.
Nope, not P.
A consonant.
P is a consonant as well. Very good. Now let me show you this letter. This is different than these two letters. This is a letter. Its name is
A.
Very good. And the sound A makes in a closed syllable word is very good, like apple. Now, look at this letter. Is it a vowel or a consonant?
A vowel.
Oh, you are so right. It is a vowel. High five. Awesome. So now, Lily, we can take these two consonants and this vowel and we can make some words. So let me show you. Lily, let's look at these sounds now. Can you put your thumb up and say this sound? Ready? Map. You try it. Can you put your thumb up and say the sound?
I'm going to make a word.
All right, let's make a new word. Oh, let's try this one.
Let's try this one.
Okay. Put your thumb up. Very good. Put it together. Pam. Now look, Lil. I can take off the P, and we don't even need the P because we can make a word right here. And when the A is with the M, it sounds nasally. The A is going to sound like this. It's going to say, Can you say that? Put your thumb up. What's this word? Am. Very good.
I'm going to make one.
Oh. Let's put the P on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, what word did you make? Let's finger spell it. Ready?
I can do it by
Okay.
myself.
Map.
Map.
High five. What did you think? I may be a little biased, but wasn't that so cute? More importantly, Lily is learning many phonemic and phonics skills all at once in a very explicit and systematic way. I was able to provide immediate feedback when she said the letter P is a vowel. She is also practicing segmenting and blending sounds in closed syllable words. For older children, you can also include writing activities and reading the words in a decodable passage. After children learn and master closed and open syllables, they are ready to learn the rest of the syllable types. Vowel teams are when two or more vowels are put together to make a new sound. The vowel sound can be long, short, or a diphthong. Did you know W can be represented as a vowel when paired together with another vowel? Here are some common vowel teams that say the same sound but are found in different parts of the word. AI and AY both say A, but AI is found at the beginning or middle of a word or syllable, and AY is found at the end of a word or syllable. OA and OW can both say O, but OA is found at the beginning and middle of a word or syllable, and OW can be found at the end of a word or syllable. OI and OY are both diphthongs that say oi. OI is found at the beginning or middle of a word or syllable, and OY is always found at the end of a word or syllable. It is important for children to know these rules about vowel pairs when they are learning how to read and write. R-controlled vowels can be difficult for some children to understand. Emphasizing that the R bosses the vowel around to say a new sound helps children learn the sounds easier. AR, ER, and OR should be taught first. These represent all the sounds R-controlled vowels make, which are R, and OR. It is a much more difficult task for children to determine whether a word has IR, ER, or UR, making the sound in a word. This skill is developmental and will improve once a child's orthographic memory is developed and they are able to recognize how a word is spelled by seeing it in their mind. The silent E syllable type is usually taught early on when children are learning the long vowel sounds. However, this syllable type should be taught after children have learned that long vowel sounds can be made by open syllables and vowel teams. The reason to wait is because when a child is reading a silent E syllable type word, such as make, their eyes need to look at the entire word to determine there is a silent E at the end that is making the vowel sound long. This is a very difficult task for young emergent readers to accomplish. The silent E just doesn't make vowel sounds long, it actually has many jobs. Once a child understands the jobs of the silent E, they can determine the correct vowel sound when reading words. For example, there are no English words that end in the letter V. That is why the word have has a silent E, but it is not pronounced have. The last syllable type is the consonant LE. This syllable type is found at the end of words. It is also called the stable final syllable. You cannot hear the vowel sound in this syllable type. Here are some examples: table, crumble, simple, and little. Now that we have discussed the meanings of the 6 syllable types and shared examples, let's see if you are able to categorize words based on their syllable type. Please stop the video and print out the syllable type sort. Match the words with the correct syllable type. When you have completed this activity, please resume the video. How did you do? The closed syllable words were pen, fun, rent, and shrimp. All of these words have at least one consonant closing in the vowel to keep the vowel short. The open syllable words were go, she, and a. These words end in one vowel, keeping the vowel long. The vowel team words were steam, joy, free, and tithe. They have two vowels together to make a new vowel sound. The R-controlled vowels were burn and cart. The silent E words were make and shape. And the consonant LE words were table, little, and simple. These words have two syllables. In the word table, the first syllable is open. In the word little, the first syllable is closed. And in the word simple, the first syllable is also closed. After children have learned and mastered the 6 syllable types, they are able to begin learning simple syllable division rules. This will help children read more challenging multisyllabic words. Here are 3 syllable division rules. Divide before a suffix or an ending. So for example, in the word boxes, you can divide the syllables to in between box and the morpheme is. The first syllable is closed because the X is closing in the O to keep it short. Box, boxes. Another syllable division rule is you can divide between 2 consonants. So in the example, sister, there are 2 consonants after the first vowel. Divide your syllables between the S and the T. Now you can see that the first syllable is a closed syllable and the second syllable is an R-controlled vowel. When a child is figuring out this word, they can pronounce the first syllable first, is, and then they can pronounce the second syllable, and then they can put it together, sister. Another syllable division rule is when there is a vowel, consonant, vowel, you can divide between the first vowel and the first consonant. So in the example, basin, your syllable division line goes between the A and the S. The first syllable is an open syllable because it ends in one vowel, bay. The second syllable is a closed syllable because it ends in a consonant, keeping the vowel short, sin. When you put it together, it is the word basin. Let's practice. Look at these words. You may choose to write them down and practice dividing them by their syllables based on the syllable division rules from the previous slide. You may stop the presentation now and complete the activity, or you may continue listening. Write the words on paper and draw a line to divide the syllables based on the division rules from the previous slide. Razor. There is a vowel, consonant, vowel. So you would divide this word between the A and the Z, making the first syllable long, a, ray, and the second syllable an R-controlled vowel, z, or. Put it together and you have the word razor. In this word, there is a vowel, consonant, consonant. You would divide your syllables in between the B and the L. The first syllable is a closed syllable, ab. The second syllable is a closed syllable, et. Put it together, tablet. In this word, you have a base word and an ending or a morpheme. Divide your syllables in between the base word and the suffix. The first syllable is a closed syllable, rushing. In this word, you have a vowel, consonant, vowel. Divide your syllables between the first vowel and the consonant. Now you have an open syllable, g-o, go, and an R-controlled vowel, k-art, go-kart. In this word, you have a vowel, consonant, consonant. Divide your syllables in between the two consonants. Your first syllable is a closed syllable, sim, and your second syllable is the consonant le, pole. Put it together, simple. The next word has a base word and a morpheme. Divide your syllables between the base word and the suffix. The first syllable is a closed syllable word, miss, with the morpheme is. Put it together, misses. The next word has a vowel, consonant, vowel. Divide your syllables between the first vowel and consonant. The first syllable is an open syllable. It ends in one vowel, keeping it long. Pre. The second syllable is a closed syllable, ending in a consonant. X. The next word has a vowel, consonant, consonant. Divide your syllables between the two consonants. The first syllable is a closed syllable, pill. The second syllable is a closed syllable because it ends in a consonant, keeping the vowel short. Grim. Put it together, pilgrim. The next word has a vowel, consonant, vowel. Divide your syllables between the first vowel and consonant. The first syllable is an open syllable. It ends in one vowel, keeping it long. Re. The second syllable is a closed syllable, ending in consonants, keeping the vowel short. Alt. Result. The next word has a base word and an ending. Divide the word between the base word and the suffix. The base word is an R-controlled vowel, work, working, working. The next word has a vowel, consonant, vowel. Divide your syllables between the first vowel and the consonant. You have an open syllable and a closed syllable. Frozen, frozen. The last word has a vowel, consonant, consonant. Divide your syllables between the two consonants. Your first syllable is a closed syllable, ob. The second syllable is a closed syllable as well, jet, object. How did you do dividing the syllables? Learning the 6 syllable types is a logical tool that students will be able to take with them when they are reading and writing. It allows them to really think about a word and how it is spelled or pronounced. They won't have to resort to guessing or skipping a word anymore because they will be able to dissect a word based on the rules they learned about the syllable types. Here is an example page from the book Cock-a-Doodle-Who. When children are reading, they will notice words that follow the rules they have learned. And when they get to a word that they are struggling with, a teacher can now guide the student to figuring out the word by asking questions that relate to the syllable types. Take a look at this passage from Cock-a-Doodle-Who. What do you notice? Do you see any closed syllable words? Do you see any open syllable words? What about vowel teams? Do you see any R-controlled vowels? Do you see any consonant LE or silent E syllable types? Students will also use what they learned about the syllable types when they are writing. A teacher can guide their students to brainstorm a sentence and then break down the sentence into words. The student can then think of each word, fingerspell the sounds of the word, think of the syllable type rules, and then write down the sounds they hear and continue writing the remainder of their sentence. Their writing might not be completely correct, but it will make much more sense when they use the 6 syllable types in their writing. If a child was writing to the writing prompt, "What do you like to play outside?" they may want to write this sentence: "I like to play tag outside with my sister and dad." A child who knows the 6 syllable types will be able to write a sentence like this based on what they know. Thank you so much for attending my presentation on the 6 syllable types. I truly believe that learning about the syllable types allows children to become reading and writing detectives. It also gives teachers the valuable tools to help their students correctly read or write a word without just giving them the answer. The old saying definitely applies here. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. This can be applied to teaching young children how to read. Give a student a word and you help them read for a day. Teach a student how to read words and the student will read for a lifetime. Thank you again. My name is Carrie Cady and I have enjoyed our time together.